Hey everyone, welcome back to the Reptile Room. If you're new here, you should smash the subscribe button down below and like this video right now. Today we're going to talk about the ball pythons in the Reptile Room. We're going to talk about the ball pythons. Now, I have in these enclosures over here, here's a ball python, here's a ball python, here's a ball python, and over here's a ball python. So we have, what does that make it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. 3 of them happen to be normals, and we just recently added the 2, which you see over here on my left. And you're going to see here later on what we do getting them in and how we got them all set up. So let's go ahead and start off with Guinness here. We got Guinness moved in, and he had been soaked and everything on his way over, which was awesome. And he had a rough shed. I was told he was a little bitey, his little background, which is why I took him on from a friend of mine who is moving and couldn't take this one with him. And I said I would give him a great home, and here he is. His name's Guinness. He seems like he has the body mass of a male, and he said he popped him a long time ago and that it was a male. We'll see. You know, it is what it is if it's not. My goal is to move Guinness here into this tub of water to help with his shed again. He was soaked before, but I'm going to go ahead and soak him again. Get the rest of the shed off here. Told he's a little bit bitey. Last time it went okay. We'll find out if that happens again. What's up? I mean, just on the chance, I'm going to go ahead and touch here first and see what the reaction is. Not a lot. Let's go for it. So, just right on down. Cool. Nothing too crazy, so cool. So we got through the soaking. I didn't get bit. I'm starting to wonder if maybe he just didn't like my buddy. So that would be absolutely hilarious. Some other stuff that I did is I just kind of left him alone, let him really get settled in and feel at home, and now they're really active. And actually you can see in this clip here where Caboose and Guinness are, yeah, it's pretty cool. You actually get to see the 2 snakes almost like communicating, and I'm wondering if maybe that's the case. I did put them next to each other, and actually Caboose is coming out now. Caboose really likes activity in the room, and that really brings him out. All the animals really get a boost from activity in the room. I spend at least an hour a day down here just keeping everything cleaned up and whatnot, and that's on the bare minimum. That's on a day that I just don't want to come down. Pretty cool to see the different activities out of these animals, and I'm gonna have to do a behavior video, like an interesting sort of behavior video. We're gonna go back to Caboose and Jane here, and Andromeda, the Mojave ball python as well. We fed them, and I fed Caboose the biggest meal of the year. I do that about twice a year. 2 medium-sized rats is what she takes down. Whatever the medium-sized rat is in your area may be different. From what I understand, they can be a little bit different. I get all my feeders from Rodent Pro, frozen thawed. That's how all these snakes eat, nothing else. So we got Caboose to eat, and that was pretty cool. And I love seeing how their jaws work to pull the food into their body because they don't have hands. That's how they eat. Same thing with Jane. Jane took it. I didn't get the shots I was wanting to of the strikes on these. I'm working on it for you guys. But Caboose and Andromeda both had really strong attacks. Andromeda tends to miss when she's excited. So now that the ball pythons have eaten, ours have eaten anyway, let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about the new additions. So we've already kind of talked about Guinness, and Guinness had come to me, he'd already eaten, and he's in good body shape, like he's got good coloring, he looks really good. His enclosure came this way, is really cool. I like the top, how it slides open, and it's black, it fits in the room, it fit over here in this spot. I'm really happy with it overall. He's gonna have a great home here, and he's just doing good so far. He does have some stuck shed. We're gonna keep working on him with the stuck shed, but it is what it is. I've managed to overcome a couple of times with it. So let's talk about the little snake. Now this snake came to us, and it was in it looked a little rough. It was in some rough shape. So we had to soak it to get as much shed off. Now the people who gave him to us, you know, they also had a hard time with him. He didn't really eat. They couldn't figure out how to get him to eat. And to be honest, I don't know how a snake this size ended up at a pet shop or was up for sale, to be honest. It seems really small, even for like 6 months, which is roughly what we think its age is, 5 to 6 months, maybe closer to 7 now. So it doesn't have the body mass, it doesn't have the good looking skin and everything of everything else, all the other ball pythons, so we're kind of treating them separate. I do these on different days when I do any maintenance on them, and I don't mess with the other one, just so that I don't cross-contaminate. So my wife Laura took care of getting the ball python, the little baby one here, soaked, and she pulled off a lot of shed, and that was super cool and good to take on. She also gave the first little bit of this food supplement that we've been using called Beneback Plus. Beneback Plus, but we used a couple of little grams of that. It's for birds and reptiles. I should tell you that they're pretty much related, right? So they're for birds and reptiles, and it's supposed to help boost their gut biome and whatnot, kind of like we would do with some yogurt and whatnot, and the good bio engineering that happens in our guts and whatnot. Well, these snakes have to have that too, because they have to be able to digest the animal. So the whole prey item that gets fed. So what we did is, over a couple of days, we gave a couple of small pumps of that into its throat, and it swallowed it, so it did have good muscle control there. It seemed pretty active. So then I went to feed it its first frozen thawed, and it was a failure. And that happens from time to time. I didn't feel like going too much harder and really hurting the animal. It's not really worth it, you know. If you feel intimidated, you should kind of back off of it. So that's what I did. And then the second time was a success. So I went ahead and I used the little opener, or the little injection-y stuff, the Beneback, and I put a couple grams of that in there, and I used the smallest feeder that we could find, which happened to be at Pet Value or something like that. One of those pet shops, Petland, over by Jungle Gyms. So I actually stuck it in its mouth and, was successful. And here's that. about that. All right, cool. So it ate. High hopes for that little worm now. So you can see I was pretty excited, and I'm still pretty excited, to be perfectly honest. I wasn't really expecting him to go in and really swallow it and eat it first off, which, you know, would be unfortunate, but it did. So alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little bit cut together over some days, because that's what it takes with the snakes, and I'm doing that a little bit more with the Basilisk, which will probably be next week. We'll have to wait and see on that one. And yeah, if you didn't know, I have a Patreon and an Instagram. You can check out those links down below. Patreon.com/thereptileroom. Instagram, you can tag me at Herpesaurus Rex. Those links are down below, like I said. Every patron, regardless of tier or donation, gets a chance to enter in the monthly giveaway that's going on there. And yeah, so check those out. Hope you keep checking it out in here. I got some fun stuff coming up for you guys, but yeah, we will catch you guys later. See ya.